Now, let's go meet a very dedicated woman who, against all odds, pushes for children to have a better chance in the Central African Republic. For more than 20 years, the country has been in constant conflicts. A majority of children has been left stranded, deprived of education. So this must change, says Jeannette Santilli.
Jeannette Santilli wanted to help the children of the Central African Republic who, because of ongoing war, were missing out on education. So, the restaurant owner decided to set up a school in Bimom, in the eastern suburbs of the capital, Bangui. Jeannette invested her own savings to get the school up and running and to make education available to those who would not have it otherwise. She feels a deep sense of responsibility towards the children, even if they are not her own. Nevertheless, she is so devoted to them. She feels like their mother.
My mother used to run all kinds of businesses to provide for us. She never went to school as such herself, but what she did was so much more than just work hard for us. My parents instilled values in me and my siblings. We adopted them. This is why we have to provide the basics for these children. And the basics start with education. Education will enable the children to prepare for their future. And in doing so, they will be preparing for the future of our country, the Central African Republic.
The Central African Republic has one of the poorest education systems in the world. For over 30 years, it has been plagued by unrest and repeated wars. Schools suffer from a lack of material and human resources, and ensuring the children's ongoing education is extremely difficult due to insecurity, poverty, and precarious living conditions. Schools are closed in most parts of the country. But Princia, a 15-year-old pupil who attends Jeannette's school, knows that even when it seems all hope is lost, a better future can still take shape.
War and coronavirus forced us to flee from the Democratic Republic of Congo and find refuge here. We didn't go to school there, but I feel good about this school. It's my future. I am determined to succeed in life. I want to become a school principal. I came to school to prepare for a future which will enable me to take care of my parents.
Despite the pupils' determination to study, the survival of the school, like so many others in the Central African Republic, depends entirely on the goodwill of individuals. People like the 8 months pregnant school teacher, Bernadine.
Most of these children here, their parents don't have money to pay for their tuition. Even me, I teach these children for free. There are very few trained teachers in the country. Once the children are in class, I can't abandon them. War has interrupted their education terribly. They start to study, then war breaks out, so they return home. Later, when the fighting stops, they return to school.
The children of the Central African Republic already suffered from years without formal education. If conflict in the region continues, they will continue to be casualties of war.